Hi everyone, Jennifer Moon here, licensed professional counselor, certified professional counselor supervisor. Wanted to talk about a technique that is very common in cognitive behavioral therapy and one that I learned from my therapist crush, Dr. David Burns, when I was taking trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy training course from him. Amazing. If you ever get a chance to do it, you should. Anyways, the technique is called double standard. I appreciated using this in groups a lot. So when I used to use this technique a lot in group therapy. And how I would do it is I use my own approach is something that I like to call emotion-focused cognitive behavioral therapy. I can do a whole nother thing on that if you're interested in learning on that further. But I would go through my usual technique approach and we would get down to the processing section. And so we would take a look at these beliefs that people had about themselves. And once they started to talk about personal beliefs about themselves, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, no one can love me, those types of things, what I would use is another person in group. And I would say, well, this person has experienced the exact same thing. Is that person lovable? And would put them very much on the spot and would use that pressure to help change the cognition behind it. And so I would often do that and say, well, why are they? And I would get into the very details because it's important to logically challenge these beliefs to a point that a person can no longer believe them anymore. And we do that through really strong arguments, not like verbal, physical arguments, but like the logical arguments. Or at least that's the technique that I use. And so we would challenge that. Would be like, well, why is it okay for her and not for you? Why is it okay for him but not for you? And we would start to really challenge those components. I also would use a physical movement to be able to do that. So I would oftentimes, if people would say something that I could relate to in my personal beliefs, then I would change spots with them. I would physically remove myself from the therapist chair and go put myself in their position and be them and have them be the therapist and tell me those things. I would explain their story using my words, my mouth, my body, and have them tell me these things. And that gives them a way to externalize the double standard, using that physical space, using someone else telling their story, and to be able to challenge that. And I always used to joke with them, if the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit, or you're full of shit. Either way, the patients loved that. And so if the logic didn't work using the double standard technique, they couldn't apply a standard to others that they couldn't apply to themselves. So that's one technique that I used that worked really well to challenge certain cognitive beliefs. Let me know if it works for you or if you have any other new and unique ideas to challenge cognitive distortions. Thanks. Have a great day.